Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Scott Snitzer. I'm a targeted individual from Buffalo, New York. I've been aware that I'm targeted for a little over 4.5 years. I have been targeted by Open Tactics for about almost 28 years now. Because, once you understand the language, so to speak, the tactics, it's easy to look back on what people were doing, saying, all that. And I call myself a targeted individual only for the sake, because we have shared experience, but I do not think of myself as a target. I used to use the word gang stalking. This is slave language. This is language from the intelligence community. I don't give a shit if the word targeted individual is a military term. The military is a bunch of slave assholes. We are not slaves. We are not toys, we're not experiments, we're human beings, and no one deserves to go through this shit. I do these videos to inform, to truly empower you, not just use the word empowered individuals, which is a euphemism that makes me friggin' sick. And I always encourage you to do your own research, come to your own conclusions, to question what others tell you, and question your own thoughts. You have to do that every day because of the technology. I've done about, I think, 4 videos so far in a row on brainwashing, and I'm hopefully I'll finish it up in this one. If not, I'll go to the next one. I'll try to make it interesting as possible because it is some fascinating shit. Why am I covering this? Is it mental self-abuse? No. It's so you can learn to deal with what these assholes are doing to you, so you can deal with it better and live your life more, which is what they're trying to do the opposite of. They're trying to end your life. They're trying to make you feel as miserable as possible. The fact that I word these things, they want, they this, they that, that's brainwashing. We're not supposed to think that they, quote unquote, they, the government, they're slaves. That they have any right to do any of this. They don't. With my own targeting, I've gone through about roughly 15 different reasons why they did this shit. None of them hold water. None. If you have a disagreement with someone, you speak it, talk it over, or you don't just ignore it and go your own ways. You fight. Someone hurts or kills each other. You get arrested. You get a warning. You get a lawsuit going. Something. But this shit, no. So when they're giving you the looks, when they're pulling all this shit, it has no basis. You're going somewhere and you're getting police and security and neighbors and other people watching you they're the fucking criminals. This system will never, ever, ever expose this shit because the corruption runs so deep and so wide. If I thought there was even the slightest chance to make this shit public and make these people, and I'm not filled with hate, I don't have any hate in me, righteous indignation, anger, yeah. If I thought there was a way to get justice through the normal channels, I would. We live in a false reality. I don't mean we necessarily live in a simulation, quantum physics, fucking psyop shit. I'm saying we live in a fascist world, in a fake democracy, and that's part of your brainwashing. You got to stop this America's great shit. That you can go through all these channels, get justice. Things have gotten so bad so far as they have because most people have a price. Everyone's controlled on a need-to-know basis. People want to maintain their friends, their money, position, their power. IQs have plummeted like fucking crazy. I think it's more than 8 points in the last 20 years. People are more narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic than ever. Just look around you. And quote-unquote gang stalking, targeted individuals is part of the big picture. And those of you that just bitch and moan and whine and complain, all you're doing is helping them do their job. And you have to call it a job. I know they're fucking criminals, they're terrorists, they're the worst fucking scum that ever crawled out of a toilet. But the more objective you get, the more you, and I used to have a temper, trust me. I'm not zen about everything. If someone said I was zen, well, I do it for my sake, not for anyone else's. I mean, but you have to be objective about yourself, and because it's about your survival, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. With that being said, a major reason why you must slow your mind down why you must work the hate and anger out of your system as much as possible, and so you can begin to heal, because most people who are traumatized do not feel deeply enough to process traumas, which means you have to be calm enough to understand how you've all been conditioned. How you've been conditioned. All of your irrational beliefs and behaviors and how to work through them. It's like this. As long as you're in a non-stop state of anger, hate, fear, apathy, learned helplessness, of course, you won't be able to start truly healing from the stress they hit you with. You just won't. When you're in a state of fear, your IQ can drop at least up to 30 points. When you're really fucking angry, I'm talking about blind anger, your IQ can drop 60 points. And the skits are designed to make you as angry as possible, because as you're being perked, I'm telling you, they're also, you're getting angry from the skits, like how dare they, and like, or fear. They're adding or augmenting the fear and anger you feel with the technology. And I'm going to do a future video, probably videos the way I do shit on the remote no monitoring. I will do it, but not until I have enough good information, keeping in mind that most of the information we have on that web is what, quote unquote, they let us have. Because these fucking pussies hide behind national security and state secrets while doing nothing but doing the complete opposite of protecting the people they're sworn to protect. I'm talking about all levels globally of governance, oversight. It's, whew. And you got to start seeing that. I mean, like, not to pick on any Caspar, she's an extraordinarily intelligent person. A lot of courage, very strong. But to appeal to the United Nations Department of Justice, no. It just, the system won't allow it. And that's part of the brainwash we all have to break out of. And again, Annie Caspar is freaking brilliant. I interviewed her on one of my talk show calls, but no. Just, you gotta deprogram yourself from this world and like start seeing things and people as they truly are. And it's like vomiting, or it's like going like doing a detox. If you have some detox effects, like for example, I'm taking iodine, high dose, and I've had some like joint pain here and there, foggy head, fatigue, some gastrointestinal issues, and some other things. And like, they come and go, but I can think more clearly on average than I have in decades. My energy, when it's like not, because you gotta understand, we build up halogen, the halogens, like, which include iodine, but the poison halogens, of course, your bromine, fluoride, and your chlorine, or bromide, whatever the fuck. And the bromide, chlorine, and fluoride mimic iodine. And iodine, every cell in your body, of the trillions of cells we have, needs iodine to function. And the point is, I'm rambling, is what I'm trying to say is, when you address your health, you have to address everything. If you have to become stronger and better than you ever have before. You have to literally, like I said before, like reinvent yourself. And the more you know yourself, the calmer you can become. The more you know you're being manipulated by technology, the calmer you become. And you have to learn to be mindful as possible. Because I've noticed with 9 out of 10 times they pull shit at my expense, it's when I was in fight or flight stage, not freeze. Freeze a few times, probably frozen. But when you're in a big rush and you feel angry or in a hurry, it's much easier for one of these scumbags to come out of somewhere and go, boo! And that's my Century dummy, Bob the Dummy. It's not a faggot thing. If anyone's going to make a stupid comment, if you're a first-time viewer. It's a latex dummy with a 300-pound base of sand and water. I got to start beating on it again, punching, kicking, blocking. When you're more mindful and you slow down, even if you feel like the urge, like someone's pushing you, even though no one's pushing your back, it'll be much, 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 much harder for these assholes to like scare the shit out of you. Another thing I was going to cover in a video, I thought, no, it's giving these people too much credit, but I'll just say it like this. I'll try to leave a link, but like just write down the word, the 2 words there, situational awareness. I'm sure a lot of you have heard it before, but we don't live in a war zone, and some of you probably live in towns and cities that have some really bad fucking parts. I get it. So yeah, you should know situational awareness. You shouldn't have to like be, cause it's like kind of like a calm hypervigilance. If you want to look into that, fine, but don't become obsessed with situational awareness. Do it enough that like it'll make it harder for these assholes to come out and go boo. but you have to get used to them doing the boo thing, scaring the, come out of nowhere to try to scare you, because the picosecond, which is like I think a millionth of a second, you see these assholes, or you hear them. When it's usually visual, they get in your line of sight. Of course, they have to be directly in your line of sight. With the remote neural monitoring, whatever you want to call it, synthetic telepathy, you are fucking smacked with a hard thing of like someone stabbed you like a fear. And it's like these people, you take away the tech, they're nothing. So, but go slower, become more mindful. I've become much more mindful, and like it's taken me a while, about a year or two, but I've worked on it. And I've had problems maybe because of the Asperger's. I don't know about taking the E3 Live, taking the Restore, taking the Brain On, which is like a different, more potent version of E3 Live, and now the iodine has made an enormous difference in my focus and my mindfulness, my cognition, ability to think and reason. Is it a panacea or cure-all? No. But does it help? Oh, fuck yeah. And anything, and like when you're detoxing, by the way, I'll try to remember to leave this video. A link to this video, like that explains more on iodine detoxing, using iodine, like, and you get detox effects from it. But the point is, if you're not eating really healthy already when you're starting to take iodine, you're gonna want to take selenium, vitamin C. I'm trying to remember the other things, some magnesium. But I mean, like, actually, like, I left 2 links. It should be, it'll be in the description box for, like, iodine if you're interested in supplementation, for Lugol's iodine. And I am positive these things also list the same thing I just mentioned, taking certain things to help you detox better. Because it'll help your detox reactions. In fact, it'll help you deal with any detox reactions you might get. And in fact, if you're taking Restore, like I said in so many videos, like a couple dozen so far, it seals your tight junction gaps. It helps you detox because you're not leaking in your blood vessels. You're not leaking in your kidneys, because cells are supposed to be like, like this. Cells aren't supposed to be like, leaking foreign proteins all over. That's like one of the main reason people get, not the only reason, but say somebody does a detox, like a heavy metal one, with, you get like a rebound effect because the crap coming out of your brain, your fatty tissues in general, it's not clearing your body normally because your blood vessels are leaking, your kidneys are leaking. I don't mean like you have like a kidney disease, but between the electromagnetic fields, the high EMFs, and between like glyphosate and the cortisol and the NSAIDs and the antacids and all these other things cause leaky gut and just leaky everything. It's harder to clear things from your body. Now, if you have a clogged colon and you have gallstones, yeah, that's going to make detox difficult. But the body, believe it or not, I mean, because we live in such a shitty environment, the world, shitty people, shitty toxins everywhere, you have to do some kind of detoxing. But just eating a decent, healthy diet and taking the Restore and adding iodine in, and even detox, you'll get detox effects from E3 Live. Your body is, I'm quoting a girl I've listened to, like YouTube channel, Montreal Healthy Girl, paraphrasing her, your body really is always trying to heal itself. When you get detox symptoms, let's say from the iodine, that's your body getting rid of the bromide. That's mainly bromide detox, as opposed to like feeling the fluoride or chlorine come out. And so like you're getting the bromide out, and you get the achy joints, not everyone, and like there's people that say, if you have these things, you increase your iodine, and I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying what I've heard. Or ride it out. Or just like take a couple days off from the iodine and go back on it. But I mean, not everyone gets the same thing. Some people are more like their bucket, so to speak, of toxins are more filled than others. But you start clearing toxins out, your brain begins to work better. Your whole body works better. And iodine is necessary, period. It's not just in your thyroid. It's in women, and like the mammary glands and the ovaries, all the endocrine like tissue organs. They're made of tissues, of course. Your whole body needs iodine, and I'm sure everyone's deficient in it, unless like you live in coastal areas, or unless you're already eating a lot of like like, what do you call it, sea vegetables like kelp, nori, all that. I mean, a lot of it, and kelp can have like it can be adulterated. It's better. In fact, some people have seafood allergies, and some may have like shellfish allergies or seafood allergies and not know about it. So it's like better to get, in fact, not just better, it's the wisest thing to do is get iodine that's made from mined iodine crystals. like literally mined, like from the pure mineral. You're not going to get a reaction from that at all. It's perfectly safe. Okay, I had something in here about getting a body cam, sunglasses, cameras. My skits, my protocols are done in a way that they've had left nothing damning, that I can go to the controlled slob Buffalo police and say, look what they're doing, or the FBI, who all know about this or participate. But if it gives you peace of mind, I mean, if you have a car, truck, whatever, SUV, everyone should have a dash cam these days, period. So dash cam is common sense. If it gives you temporary peace of mind to get sunglasses, cameras, or body cams, I can't tell you no, but it's a crutch. You have to push past the fear, and I'm telling you, it's like being on a roller coaster. It's like a one-sided game of chicken. They're trying to make you act out. Most of the fear you feel is fucking fake. Like I keep saying, whether it's like scalar, microwave, sonic, somehow like they're doing light waves here and there, they're doing combinations of in different places. I don't know for sure. I mean, a lot of that information's online, mixed in with a lot of bullshit, of course. So when I do my research on this stuff, I'm going to separate as much shit out as I can from these disinfo scumbags. Catherine Horton, who I don't trust at all, but I mean, she said some, like, because you can't just bullshit, she recommended a dictaphone. Like, and if you ever have to make a police report, just to have shit on record, if you want to bother, like, looking at these ugly fuckers in the face, which I have to do tomorrow. I got to pay some at City Hall in Buffalo. I can't stand the sight of them. It's not fair. They're disgusting, but, have a dictaphone hidden on your person. Get dictaphones for under $15. And have time and date stamps on all recording devices. If it gives you peace of mind, if you get like a lot of break-ins in your apartment and all that, get wireless. You want to get hardwired cameras, but they might try to. See, this is stuff, I don't want to like bullshit and talk garbage. Shane gives his credit to a decent video on blocking your door, this and that. There's plenty of information out on this stuff. I just have this in my script here because this is from a show I did on Talk Show a long time ago, which I've been adding to this. A lot of information. And if they do break-ins here, then I'm just going to start like posting the police reports online. I don't give a shit. I'm not worried about it. They want you to be worried. They want you to fear your own fucking shadow. You're not supposed to think this way. That's brainwashing. Keep a journal for two main reasons. To get your thoughts down in a way which will give you new insights by writing things out. And you may want to actually have a separate journal to document your harassment in all its forms. And this, fuck this. But then again, because of my autism, I'm great at patterns. It's not bragging. If you need a journal to like kind of figure out what they're doing to give you more of a sense of like control, yeah, maybe. But this is a point. The more, and I've been stressing this in video after video, the more you focus on the outside, the more your loci, L-O-C-I, locus of control, is on God doing everything, and the perps, and like the government. The more you focus on help and like fear or whatever, everything's on the outside. People are going to try to hurt you from the outside. There's threats, and like the only way you're going to get help is from the outside instead of looking within. The more you waste your time and energy on that, the weaker you're going to be. So you know what? Fuck what I just said about like keeping a journal about what they do. I personally, I mean, I used to do that at first when I didn't know what's going on. Those of you watching right now, if you're aware enough, you don't need to keep a journal. You know the basic tactics they do. You know they try to jump out of nowhere to go boo, and like just try to catch you off guard. You know the object is to try to get you nuts and act out. That's why. So locus of control means like basically like, where like you assign like who has power over you, and like you have the option even with mind control technology to decide how you want to react. And even if like you do react, I mean how you want to respond instead of reacting. Even if you do like react here and there, you've been conditioned. In other words, brainwashed, and you're under technological mind control. So it's not you. And these people, like I've said before, they have an unlimited budget. They have the skill, the training. They have the technology. And this technology is fucking old, most of it. And you've been traumatized to varying degrees. Depends on who you are and how you handle trauma. So the point is, look from within. Focus on healing yourself. Focus on doing things like I talked to this one target who was starting a garden. who's going to start sprouting, maybe fermenting foods. This person's taking the initiative. They show serious like guts and courage. Not just courage. I mean, they get a lot of harassment, but it is courage. But the thing is, they're taking action. They don't give these people any power. You know, they call them names and shit. You have to, process the anger. It's great. But the point is, just doing things to better their health, their mind, their body. I'm not saying follow every word I say to the letter. I'm not a know-it-all. I don't claim to be Lisa. Lisa J had some fucking unbelievable, an adult human being talking like a baby. But, in a message, the thing is, the more control you get from within you, and from good teachers, of course, you want to learn from people, but the more you draw from within, the stronger you'll become, the smarter you become as you clear your mind, like I said, better in your diet, meditating, and all that, taking certain supplements because you have to. The more you work on yourself instead of focusing on like useless assholes on the outside, the faster, as in like, you're going to progress. As opposed to me, who took fucking years to like wake up and begin to wake up to like how I was brainwashed and played. And like for me, I've said it before, a pivotal thing for me is finding out I had Asperger's because I realized the major ways I've been taken advantage of. Print out a list, let's see. Okay, print out a list of your family, friends, and targets and all other important contact information just in case your computer or cell phone's compromised. That's just a good like advice period. Back up all your important documents, even a safety deposit box, even though these faggot ass scum fucks from the FBI or whatever Nazi fucking agencies in our fake democracy can come in with a paper to the bank and say we have permission to search it under the Patriot Act. And fucking disgusting traitors. Research any medications you're on, and most medications have some kind of psychological side effects. And like this affects how clearly you think, and how clearly you think affects how fast or slow you're going to get over your brainwashing. And your mental state is due to a combination of things from extremely low frequencies to your trauma-based mind control to the technology to your diet. If you have food allergies, if you have a microbiome that is like basically dead from antibiotics and other stuff, you got to like boost up your microbiome. I don't push restore because I don't get a scent from any of this stuff. You got to see if you're on prescription, like I said, and or over-the-counter meds and their side effects. If you're getting enough water to drink and you want to have the right kind. You're having fluoride, you're having chlorine, you're getting birth control medication, you're getting psychiatric drugs, you're getting statin drugs. You can't drink tap water, even if you got to get a cheap-ass filter. Even if you're going to get the jugs of water, you're getting a bisphenol, you're better off getting distilled in plastic than like nothing. And distilled filters aren't that expensive. Depends on your situation. You don't want any excitotoxins of any kind. There's another word, but you want to avoid food dyes, you want to avoid caffeine. I'm talking about coffee. If you can handle decaf, go for it. I have some caffeine in my tea, but tea isn't that high in caffeine, most tea. And it really does have great antioxidant benefits, high in the ORAC scale about measuring antioxidants. It has an amino acid, L-theanine. It has, I'm trying to remember the other chemicals in that are fantastic for your body. Excuse me. But it's like depression, like in how doctors and psychiatrists just put anyone like complaining about feeling down, depressed on medication instead of asking about their life circumstances, relationship problems, unresolved conflicts in general, bad diet, lack of sleep, lack of vitamin D, which affects your mood, if they're drinking too much, gambling, or porn addictions. You have to think big picture for yourself as much as possible. So you can photograph and videotape these fucking retarded pieces of shit. You can like see patterns of cars, like they parked in a parking lot to fuck with your mind, red, white, blue. And you're being made to look with the technology, and you're being made to interpret it with the fucking technology. Now, are there millions of these people? I keep saying, yeah, of course there are in the U.S. I bet there's over 10 million of these motherfuckers, these shit cowards. But a lot of what you think, like Mark Rich has done some really traumatizing videos. Not for me, but he's done this thing where he's walking on the street, he's pointing at one person after another. Do they have some skits where they have a lot of people like a movie set? Yeah, I believe it. But are a lot of these people being controlled and the target being controlled to think everyone's against them? Yeah. And as the person's walking the street, could there be another target being perp like 20 feet away and don't even know it because they have different triggers? Oh, easily. And I say this with 100% confidence because the technology is that good, because I've witnessed mass mind control almost 30 years now. It's probably more than that they've been doing it. Fuck 5G. Maybe that'll just like make it stronger, but this is old shit. So, but Mark Rich's videos, they're not perps. They're not. They're just not. Because you got to coordinate all this traffic and cars and traffic lights and all this shit. Just like every plane and helicopter doing a flyover, depends like how low they're going, of course. But not all of them are like doing it to fuck with you. And when they do it, I guarantee there's other targets in their flight path. I said it before. Everyone is being pitted against each other in many ways. It's all this divide and conquer. And why do you think they keep polarizing people with politics and the gay agenda and like your nationality, your skin color, your religion, and everything? This program is part of the polarization. It's part of like turn people against each other. We're part of the big picture. You got to stop thinking, oh, woe is me. It bites, but it just, you can keep mourning your losses forever until the day you die, or you can move on and move through this shit and become a better version of yourself, maybe the best, despite this, because you have to change. I mean, you don't. I mean, like, but I mean, like, you're forced to change in a lot of ways. It's like you can just keep posting online and go on these calls and watching these videos about people. Like, some of them are controlled. I'm talking about like controlled opposition, fake targets. Some are ex-targets. Some are like just government agents, period. Some are just like assholes avoiding prison or jail for the first time or getting out of jail or prison. Most people have a price. I sure as fuck don't. I mean, if someone were to point a gun to like the head, it's one of the few people I care about, say you do this or that, you know, we'll like, you know, yeah, I guess if you want to call that a price, sure. But I mean, like, that's like science fiction almost. It's like a movie. Some about veganism, which I'm going to do a future video on. About cheese has the morphine, having morphine in it, which it does, casomorphins. By the way, if you have food allergies, you might want to try. I forgot who I spoke to about this, but it's called I've known about it for decades. It's called the elimination diet. And if you have food allergies and food intolerances, one, a lot of that's from your leaky gut, and some other issues too. Not just leaky gut, but a lot of it is from that. You cure leaky gut. I've covered different ways, not just restore, making changes in your diet. When I say veganism is the way we're like designed, I'm not pushing an agenda. I'm doing it to help you. And you won't starve, you won't miss meat. And those of you that can afford meat substitutes, chicken substitutes, turkey substitutes, fish substitutes, scrambled egg substitutes, cheese, vegan versions, there's ones that actually taste great. Vegan pizzas, if you have to have that shit for the transition. I had fake meat for a while. I had too much soy and seitan, not horn, seitan, and pitchfork, S-E-I-T-A-N, seitan, I guess. Yeah, that's it. And like, but you know, I have fake cheese, but I'm gonna get past that shit too. As you change as a person, you're gonna start wondering, why did I ever do this or think of this or that? And it's like detoxing, whether it's mental, physical. You're getting shit beliefs and shit substances out of your body and your mind. And like for example, I said before, I like horror movies, but I watch more stupid shit now. I watch Three Stooges. I'll watch some supernatural movies because I'm like 10 mentally. I'll watch some monster movies. But if it's torture and sadism, no. I mean, I look at I go to Redbox because I can't stand what do you call it? Family videos. Not because I got perp there. I don't care about these people. I literally am at the point where I just don't like being around most people anymore because I don't know, because I'm an empath or a highly sensitive person. Not to sound fucking flaky woo new age, but because people are such fucking unbearable assholes, hearing what they speak of, seeing the stuff on TV, like in family video. Like I look at Redbox and the selection of movies, I can barely watch stuff anymore because I see, like, I know more than ever the Hollywood symbolism, the garbage, making these celebrities out to be gods. They're just fucking people. In these movies, they're like saying, oh, there's terrorists everywhere, the CIA and the FBI are going to help you, and a lot of them have their transhumanist shit and the mind control type shit in there, transferring memories. And who wants to see this shit once you're more aware of it? So as you change, your habits are going to change, your perceptions are going to change. Shit, as you're taking like things like, for me, I'll speak from experience, between the Restore, the iodine, the E3 Live, and some other things habits I've had, health habits, My sense of smell's gotten better. Certain foods I don't even want to touch anymore. I crave more greens, more like raw foods. I eat like part of my dinner every day is like rice pasta. You know, when you have Asperger's, you like a lot of the same meals, but I don't need that predictability anymore. I don't need that because people do the same things, a lot of the habits, because it's comfortable, but they also have the same habits because it's safe, and which leads me to this now. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to the point where I'm probably not gonna eat any more pasta anymore. Not that it's bad for you. You do want starches, by the way. Humans are meant to have beans and like grains. Corn is fucking shit. I don't care what you've heard. Corn, for the amount of like carbohydrates you're getting, is very, very low in nutrients, and it is. It's not that great of a food. What? Because they've been eating thousands of years. That doesn't mean it's healthy. Tradition does not always mean good. Yeah, some absolutely, but playing it safe, you know, like habits, ties into the quote unquote community. A lot of people, and I am not judging, I'm saying this because I want to wake people up and help. A lot of people play it safe, going to these calls. Some are, they have them every night of the week. That's playing it safe. Now, the last video I recommended Renata Murray's call. I didn't recommend her call per se. I've had in the past. If you have to process a little, there's some brainwashing there, and she lets perps talk. But I also recommend it, and I'll recommend it again. A friend of mine, Melissa, said like Renata does life coaching, and I left the link about life coaching, and I left the link in the last two videos, I think, to at least the last video to Renata's call and her YouTube channel, God is Our Protector. She does life coaching. From what I heard, she gives a discount to targets. And like, I don't agree with her on a lot of things. And she talked shit about me one time unintentionally because she thought she knew what she was saying. She does. Her heart's always been in the right place. She has a lot of natural intelligence. Her insight, her wisdom is remarkable, and her creativity is remarkable. So I'm not getting any money for this. I don't talk to her. I never want to talk to her again. But I want to help people. I don't give a fuck who or how. And she does help people. She saved lives, literally. So if you want to consider like asking Renata about her life coaching, and like I'm sure it would help you with the targeting, working at home, and all that, or dealing with stuff at work, I strongly recommend going to her. I didn't know she was doing this so relatively recently. I mean, like, good information is good information. I am not going to keep, because I mean, I've listened to videos of people like who are like have a lot of great knowledge. And I agree with. I've learned so much from them, but they say, "Oh, eat steak for breakfast." You know, that's fucking insane. But they have some other good things to say. Renata has some really damn good abilities. So please, if you're looking for a life coach, check in with her on her, like I said, contact her on her like talk show call, or contact her through her like I'm assuming she has a YouTube Messenger thing where you can contact her there on her channel, and I'll leave a link if I can remember in the description box. And her call number for talk show is 114-616. That's every Sunday. I think it was when I used to call in years ago. It was 3 Eastern. Whatever. As far as personal care products go, please look into chlorine shower filter. If you can get fluoride too, great. Because chlorine gets in your skin, it dries it up. And when it gets in your skin, it gets in your blood. It gets in your blood, it fucks up your iodine levels, among many things. Dr. Bronner's fluoride-free toothpaste and soap. There's literally dozens and dozens of brands of like fluoride-free toothpaste. Some are better than others. That's something you can do your own research on. Fluoride is fucking poison. It doesn't strengthen teeth. It might strengthen the outer enamel a little, but it weakens bones overall. I mean, like, it's more your disinformation. I mean, I've heard it might strengthen enamel. Poison. The fact is, fluoride numbs your brain. NutraSweet numbs your brain. Splenda, whatever. It numbs your brain. Brominated vegetable oil you'll find in Gatorade and like Mountain Dew and other things. It numbs your brain. It dumbs you down. It kills off brain cells. And if you value yourself, if you value your ability to think clearly, if you value yourself as a person and those you care about that haven't been compromised or whatever, you're going to want to start taking better care of yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to eat like a rabbit and shit. You know, like, for example, becoming vegan, you can eat till you're like blue in the face. I don't mean like junk food or Oreos, but you can have some good crap here and there that's delicious. You'll never starve. I had no problem becoming vegan. I used to be a serious pig as far as appetite goes. Understand the human need for resolution. I've mentioned this in the past. The human need for resolution or finality. it's wired into us. It's like a survival mechanism. You have to know that, okay, this is over, I can move on, and I've said this before, that's why they have these skits where like they leave you hanging. You don't know if, oh, this person might do this or that next time. Did I say or do something crazy the next time I see this person, they're going to attack me? Or no one thinks like this. This is brainwashing. It's not normal. Not in any way. I'm not putting you down, I'm putting these fuckers down. Which is why I also mentioned, like, from operant conditioning, intermittent, I believe this word, or random, whatever you want to call it, schedules of reinforcement. So, for example, I may not see, like, Mike Rizzo and his gorgeous wife, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, for, like, a couple weeks. And all of a sudden, he'll do the same time excellently, like, non-stop for, like, days in a row. I don't care. I'm not the person that bent over for the government to get a house and a pickup truck to hide behind the local Buffalo mob and the local Buffalo police and the other fucking traitors. But, I mean, I'm not even angry about the idea. I mean, like, I've been in this program, like I said, almost 30 years, and they had to make at least $2 million off me by now. And I'm not just throwing figures around because, you know, Target say, oh, I have hundreds of perps a day, and, like, I'm the most valuable. No, that's delusional. But they make fuckloads of money off us. And that thing was able to get married. Not that I care about getting married or dating. I'm just saying, I don't care about being alone, but I care about the way it was done. I don't care that the people that want to believe garbage about me, and I know there's definitely some smear campaign is like psyop, but some of it's real. The people that think ill of me because scumfuck queers and dykes, sorry to those who transgender, and badges and like shiny shoes and uniforms. In Buffalo, they're extra fucking proud to be fucking scumbags. The people that think ill of me, I don't care. If you're so fucking stupid, okay, fine. But the way it's been done in my life, that I care about, which is one of the reasons I do these videos. Because I hold nothing back. And it's not me talking tough. I should be doing something else right now. All of you should be doing something else other than watching me talk about this stuff. I'm giving out good shit here. Don't get me wrong. But this is not our life, and that's part of like deprogramming. Understanding that we're not supposed to think this way. I'm not supposed to be doing videos like this. I shouldn't have like listened to and like thousands of like videos and talk show calls and read tens of thousands of pages on this shit and filled up 20 thick-ass journals on this stuff and lost sleep and had health problems and all that because of these motherfuckers making who knows how much off me, bragging and laughing. This is not bitching and moaning. This is what's called righteous motivating anger. Not even anger. And trust me, I'm not that fucking old. If I hadn't worked on my temper right now, I'd be foaming at the mouth. This is every now and then I'll get a little angry. Just, I'll say, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I know 9 out of 10 times it's technology. I'll say it, quote, unquote, in private. But, you just got to keep in mind that, like, this is not normal life. I mean, you have to accept, as part of your healing, that, like I keep saying, we live in a fascist world. America's not fucking great. There's very little actual democracy anywhere in the world, if any. But you also have to accept that this is never going to stop. This is your normal. But you can rise above it and become stronger than ever. Quote Shane Gibbs, because I quote people. I don't agree with a lot of what he says. I don't. If he has problems, take the whatever over and try and kick my ass. I'm just being like a wise ass Shane. You watch this. But you got to learn to live alongside this shit. Because the more you resist, the more it'll persist. By persist, I mean like your anger and your hatred and your self-pity and your victim mentality, self-pity and your health conditions. You will not begin to heal until you truly begin to love, appreciate, and respect yourself. And I don't mean, again, flowery, faggot-ass, hippie, new age, woo-woo, stupid shit. I'm talking about valuing yourself as a human being. Because none of these fucking animated bags of shit, sorry, that's crude, none of these scumbag, ugly fucks, they don't value or appreciate themselves. I don't care how much they seem to have made, what kind of car they got out of this, or house, or clothing. There's materials, you need some material stuff in life, but there's nothing in here, and there's nothing in there with these people. And I don't just say that to feel better. I don't have to say that. It's just the truth. I'm running a little over, and in the next video I'm going to push like a little faster. I know I comment, but it's good shit. It's good information. With that, please like, share, subscribe, share via phone, through phone, social media, anywhere you can, because I just want the truth out. If someone wants to copy what I do, not, you know, like word for word, that would be like useless. But if you want to like do your own self-help videos, your blog, websites, if you want to, go for it. It'll be much more productive and helpful than handing out fucking flyers, petitions like I did. If that makes you feel empowered for a little while, you can try, but it won't accomplish anything. But by learning about the health stuff, the which includes psychology and all that, you'll be teaching yourself, and if you want to pass this on to others, what you learn, friends, targets, you know, you like, or you want to do it like on a more mass scale, like I'm doing, kind of, go for it. That's payback. That is literally the best revenge, given the situation, given the circumstances. What I cover on these calls, what I'm suggesting to you guys, it's the best form of payback. Because as I've been speaking on these videos several months, they're always planning ahead, and I don't care. You know, there's shit that's going to happen a year from now, if I'm around, or 2 years, or 10, whatever, or you, in your lives, you can't plan for. Most people can't control it. Most things in our future we can't control. You can't keep thinking, what if this, what if that. You got to deprogram. So with that, thank you again for watching. Take the very best care of yourselves possible, because you are more than worth it. You're worth way more than these fucking people who could not begin to if they weren't given their orders, they wouldn't be able to function at all. It'd be like one of these sci-fi movies. If they didn't have people, you do this, do that, walk here, walk there, whatever, go to the bathroom, don't go to the bathroom, they'd be lost. That's how fucking like infantile they are. That's how much they've regressed. You know, seriously, I'm not just saying this. These people have become dependent on taking orders, on this fucking fake system. So with that, till the next video, thank you for watching.